Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my very first Halloween tutorial of 2017. I wanted to start this Halloween season off right, and the only way I could think about doing that was to do a crazy fun tutorial. When I think about Halloween, I always think about carving a pumpkin first. So I was scouring through some ideas and I came across this really fun idea on Pinterest of this girl who actually did something similar to this, but it was a zombie underneath. And I decided, you know what, the zombie thing's kind of overdone. Let's do a jack-o'-lantern. So I decided to put my own twist and spin on the cracked face thing, and I decided to turn this half into a jack-o'-lantern. Obviously the other half is, you know, my normal glam, but this side is a little bit more, All the products I used are very easily accessible. I used nothing but eyeshadows, eyeliners. The only thing that wasn't something that can be purchased in a store was the black. That was a face paint, but you could totally do this look with just some gel liner. I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you liked the video and subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment if you're excited about more Halloween tutorials for this year. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Alright, party people, we're gonna start with, as always, the face. Now on this side, we're just gonna keep it super simple and glam, and on this side, this is gonna be our pumpkin. You can choose whatever side you want, but that's how I decided to do it. As always, we're gonna prime our skin using the Mineral Infused Face Primer by e.l.f., my absolute favorite primer of life. I don't know if it will ever change, but yeah. We're just gonna prime the skin, get it ready to go for all this makeup we're about to apply. Now we're gonna get this side glam real quick. Boom, done. We don't want to focus too much on this. I really want to focus more on the pumpkin portion of the skin. We're gonna go in, this is just an Ulta brand eyeliner pencil. This is double-sided. I'm using the black side just to trace out where I want the cracks of my face to start. You can have the jagged pieces look however you want. Just make sure that you do a light hand on this, because we are gonna go in and color it in. My camera was not filming whenever I traced out my mouth, whatever. Do whatever kind of jack-o'-lantern smile or frown or scowl that you want, and then take your eyeliner pencil and trace a triangle around your eye. That's going to be the jack-o'-lantern's eye. With the Juvia's Place palette, the Zulu palette, I'm going to take this matte orange color, and on a fluffy blush brush, I'm going to dust that all over my skin. This is going to be the color, the base color for our pumpkin. I'm going to put that on just kind of lightly. Don't worry, we're going to build it up later. No rhyme or reason, just dust it all over. This part is the most time consuming, I swear. With a very precise brush, I'm going to fill in those lines where the crack splits the face. You don't want any of your natural skin to show through on the pumpkin side, because that'll just make it look weird. You want to make it as orange as possible, so get as close to those trace lines as you can. Kind of like when we were kids and we were coloring in our coloring books, you want to make sure that you get as close to those lines as possible with that orange color. Next, I'm going to take more of that matte orange color and just deepen up the orange shade just for a light base of orange. This is super bright, I know, but don't worry, we are going to add some definition. Picking up this really old Smashbox holiday palette, I'm going to take this shimmery orange shade, and using my finger, I'm going to kind of add a little bit more of a shiny orangey dimension, just kind of in certain places. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of adding it where I felt was necessary. This made it a little bit more not so one-dimensional and flat. Then I'm going to pick up this matte brown from the Zulu palette, and I'm going to mix that all over that orange color, kind of to make it a brownie orange. Not so bright, but like a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more brownie orange. Again, this gives it some definition and doesn't make your face look so flat. Next, I'm going to take my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Black, and I'm going to line my waterline. Now, I am going to go in with some face paint, but I didn't want to line my eyes, like my upper lash line and my waterline with face paint, because that would irritate my eyes. So I just took a NYX Jumbo pencil and kind of messily tight lined my eyes. This helps with the eyeliner process. Next, I'm going to take this Tag Face Paint Dual Black and White Cake. This is a water activated paint, and I'm just going to fill in the rest of this eye. You want to be really careful. Like I said, you're going down close to the lash line. Be careful not to get it in your eye because it will sting like a butt, I swear. Just fill in all the places that are white. You really want to be precise because if any of your skin shows through this black, it's going to make it look really, really weird. So just make sure you fill in all of the white spaces. You want to make it look as black as possible because you're a jack-o'-lantern. You have dark eyes. Next, you're gonna want to take another really, really time-consuming job and fill in the teeth. I would just say go ahead and fill this in, but you want to be really precise with this black color on the mouth. This is really time-consuming, but worth it. You want to have a steady hand. Just take your time. This is not a look that is super quick. Once you get it all tight-lined, though, you can just go ahead and fill it in normally, black it all out. Next, you're going to trace out where your nose is going to be. Now, what I would recommend for this, I didn't do it, but this is what I'm going to recommend to you guys. Trace this out with your eyeliner pencil before. I didn't do that. I should have, but the paint was kind of eating up the color, and I had to go over it several times. The shadow was eating up the paint. But yeah, trace it out first. Next, with a definer brush and some brown shadow, I'm going to take and I'm going to define the cracks. Our skin is raised, so there would be some shadow. So you want to put just some brown shadow kind of where the skin would be raised and cracked, exposing your pumpkin demon side, whatever it is that we're calling this. So yeah, just take your time on a very flat definer brush and add some dimension. Then with a fluffy brush, you're going to want to diffuse those lines. Much like eyeshadow, you don't want any harsh lines, so you want to diffuse that color a little bit. This next part probably is the most time-consuming part. We are going to add the lines of our pumpkin. Now with this, what I would recommend is following the curve of your face. If you tried to keep these lines really straight, it would look kind of funky and not as three-dimensional. The beautiful thing though is we're using eyeshadow, so I would recommend starting with a very, very, very light hand and trace out those lines. If you don't like it, the beautiful thing is you can just blend it away because it is eyeshadow and you can try again. Just remember, follow the natural curve of your face. The lines on a pumpkin, since it is rounded, they are kind of round, they're not just straight. So just kind of remember that. Curved lines, curved edges, we're a round pumpkin. If the lines are too flat, well, our face is gonna look flat. We wanna make it look three-dimensional and fun, not flat and boring. Next, we are going to take a mixture of a matte white shade and the orange color from the Zulu palette, and we're just going to highlight a little bit. This step is not at all necessary. I just wanted to be a little bit extra and show the most of what you could do with this look. It's not necessary, but when the light catches it at just the right way, it really makes it look cool. But again, not necessary. Just an extra little bit of oomph and coolness. The next thing we're going to do is take that black eyeliner pencil again, and we are going to mark the cracks on our glam side. With this, I recommend a very, very, very light hand. If your cracks are too thick, it makes it look a little unrealistic and kind of cartoony. So take your time, sketch it out, look at a reference picture. I did that a lot. I looked down several times and made sure that the cracks were the way that I wanted them to look. So just take your time and use a very light hand because we are going to go over these again with some paint to deepen them. So light hand, light cracks. Like I said, we were going to go over them. I'm actually using a liquid eyeliner to go over these and make them look a little bit more black and, you know, a little bit more defined. So be careful. My baby hairs were getting in the way, which was extremely frustrating. So that's me trying to pull them out of the way. But yeah, I'm just deepening up these cracks with a very thin liquid eyeliner. Next, I'm going to take that same brown shade and I'm going to add some shading. Our skin is raised because, again, it is cracked. So we want to shade it a little bit and make it look like it is raised because, you know, it adds a little bit of dimension and doesn't make it look so flat. And once the light catches it, it makes it look super duper cool. Anywhere you think the light would hit those cracks and add a shadow, just that's where you'd want it to be. Next, we're going to take that fluffy brush and just blend it a little bit to make it look not so harsh and a little bit more realistic and a little bit more shadow-like. I'm just using a Makeup Revolution double-sided brush that fell out of a palette to do this. Next, I wanted to add a little bit of highlight. I don't know if this is, again, I don't think this step is necessary. I just wanted to show the extent of how I did this look. So, yeah. Next, I'm taking that same black face paint and I'm outlining the cracks in the face. This really pulls the look together. That completes the look, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're excited for more Halloween tutorials to come. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.